What's up guys, this is YA and today I'm gonna show you how to create this amazing photo manipulation. So before I begin, I want to say that if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do subscribe. I bring regular contents regarding photo manipulation, photo retouching, etc, etc. So let's see the before. This is the before and this is the after. Pretty amazing, right? So let's create it one more time. So I'm gonna just select all of this stuff and just group it up, and I'm gonna disable it and bring it down. Okay, so I'm gonna press Ctrl J and duplicate the layer, and I'm gonna select and rename this to selection. And now I'm gonna just select the pen tool and make the selection of this window region. You can obviously take your time, but for this tutorial sake I'm gonna do it pretty quickly. Okay, I'm gonna hit the selection button and set the feather radius to 1.5 and hit an OK. Cool. Now I'm gonna just click on the layer mask icon and I'm going to invert it, Ctrl+I, and just turn off the below layer. Cool. So we have the selection, but we have left the part right there. So I'm gonna just click on the layer and I'm gonna select it with the help of a pen tool, like so. Just like so. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna just repeat the selection and okay, and now I'm gonna just press D to get default colors, and I'm gonna just, okay, first of all I'm gonna select the layer mask and I'm gonna press Alt plus backspace to just fill it with the foreground color. Press X to switch between colors and just press Alt plus backspace to fill in with foreground color. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna place the water texture. You can download all of this stuff from the links in the description box below. Okay, I'm gonna just place it below this thing and I'm gonna resize it a bit, like so. Cool. I'm gonna press the tick and just, okay, you can see here the edges are not that refined, so we're gonna refine it manually. Select the mask and select the brush tool, change the hardness somewhere on there and the size, and increase the opacity to 100%. Okay, now I'm gonna just paint in with black, selecting the layer mask. Lights. Okay, the hardness is I guess too much, so I'm gonna just decrease it. Cool. Okay, you can take your time, but for this tutorial I'm gonna just quickly do it. Okay, cool. Okay, so I'm gonna create a vibrance layer and decrease the vibrance, and alt click between the layers to create a clipping mask. I'm going to decrease the opacity and just create a curve, so just from there, and let's see. No, this looks unrelated. Okay, create one more time and just a touch. Yep, that looks good. Okay, I'm going to decrease the opacity and create another curve adjustment layer above all, and I'm going to just create this kind of an effect. Cool. So I'm going to decrease the opacity, and now I'm going to create another curves adjustment layer and select this and just pull it down and just fine tune it. It looks good. Okay, cool. I'm going to create another color lookup, and I'm going to select let's see. Okay, this looks good. I'm gonna go with this. Okay, so let's see the before and after. Okay, this was the original example. Okay, we are good on our way. So I'm gonna just place the jellyfish. I got this from PNG tree. Links will be in the description. Okay, and I'm gonna just make it like so. Okay, let's see. Cool. I'm gonna just place it somewhere around there, I guess. Yep, make it smaller. Cool. I'm gonna duplicate it and just place it somewhere around there and create a mask and just paint in black. It creates a long tail. That looks really cool. I'm just gonna resize it. Press Ctrl and click on the handles. Yep, that looks good. Okay, so I'm gonna just fine tune it a bit. Okay, so I'm gonna just place this texture. Again, the link will be in the description. I'm gonna place it on the water area and I'm gonna just make it to screen, and I'm gonna make a layer mask and just remove the texture from the model and the window. Okay, that looks good. I'm gonna create another layer, make it color dodge, and just decrease the hardness and the opacity and the flow of the brush. And I'm gonna sample this color right there, and I want to just paint in on the like so. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna just decrease the opacity and just paint it. By the way, if you haven't watched my tutorial on how to produce a glow effect, it will be in the description or in the I button. And I'm gonna just place the color dodge layer above the subject selection, so that, and create a clipping mask so that it only affects the layer beneath. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna just remove it from there. It's too much. Okay, that's looking good. And just make the brush bigger, decrease the opacity, and just paint the walls and stuffs like that. That looks good. Okay, I'm gonna create another layer and bring it on top and color dodge and alt click to sample the color from the jellyfish, and we're just painting on there so that it creates a glowing effect like so. Decrease the opacity. Okay, looks good. Create a photo filter effect. Okay, that's looking good. Create a curve adjustment layer and just decrease the highlights and press Ctrl plus I to invert the mask. Now just apply the effect on the water so that the water doesn't look too bright compared to the subject. Okay, I'm going to duplicate the dust layer and change the blending mode to linear dodge, and I want to just remove it from the areas I don't want, like so. If you like this tutorial and haven't subscribed yet, please do consider subscribing. Also hit the bell notification. So I'm gonna just remove it like so. Okay, let's see the original example. Okay, I have a different color grade right there, but I'm gonna do a different color grade in this tutorial. So I wanna make a stamp visible layer. Ctrl Alt Shift plus E. Go to camera raw filter and yep, and I'm gonna just increase the clarity and decrease the blacks a bit, increase the shadows and increase the contrast and decrease the exposure a bit, increase the vibrance a touch, and just play around with temperature, hitting OK. Okay, I'm gonna create a clip. I'm gonna create a mask and just invert it and paint it with white where I need the effect. Like so. Cool. Okay, so I'm gonna create another stamp visible layer. Ctrl Alt Shift plus E. Okay, let me just clean up a bit. Okay, create another stamp visible layer. Ctrl Alt Shift plus E, and just I'm gonna color grade the water. Let's see. I'm gonna give it a different look, kind of teal. Just like so. Okay, cool. I'm gonna create another inverted mask and just paint on the areas of water. It's looking good. Cool. It's looking pretty dope, right? Okay guys, this was it. Thanks for watching, and if you like this tutorial, please subscribe to my channel, and if you have any query or feedback to give, please do comment. And yeah, that's it. Like this video if you enjoyed it or learned something new today, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks.